Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and today I am going to be showing you how to do Tempoross. Tempoross is a skilling boss that is fought with skills rather than with straight combat, so if you don't have any combat skills or high level gear, totally fine. All you need is a harpoon and a will to work as a team. I'll go over a couple ways on how to play it, either with a mass world or solo, a couple different strategies you can do solo. I'm not going to cover all of them because there's quite a lot, but I'll show you how to do the most XP per hour as well as the most permits per hour. Gear-wise, the best thing to wear is the full Spirit Angler outfit. You get the Spirit Angler outfit by doing Tempoross, so if you haven't done it before, the Angler outfit is really good. If you don't have the Angler outfit, you get it from the Fishing Trawler minigame, which is a terrible minigame, so good luck getting that. A couple of other items you need: a harpoon, either a regular harpoon, a dragon harpoon, or a crystal harpoon. If you're using the crystal harpoon, using the elven sing it as the ring just to save a couple charges is very helpful. Otherwise, you can also use a light bearer for extra spec. It's a good idea to have a hammer either in your inventory or the Incamdo hammer, the offhand, to save an inventory spot as well. You'll need a couple buckets of water. You'll need a rope if you don't have the full Spirit Angler outfit. You can also bring runes for humidify if you don't feel like using the water taps to fill up your buckets. Okay, how do we fight Tempoross? So to start a game, you climb up this boat, climb into the ladder. This is a mass world, and this gets you into a lobby. Once the lobby is full or the time is up, you'll get teleported to the island where Tempoross is. All of the supplies that you need, ropes, buckets, harpoons, hammers, are also on the boat here, so you can grab it here if you don't have it already. The basics of Tempoross: we collect harpoon fish, we put them in the cannons and shoot and break down the shield, and then we use our harpoons to do damage to him and kill him, all while avoiding a couple special attacks. If you take a look in the top left of my screen there's 3 bars. There's energy, essence, and storm intensity. Energy is the shield that is on Tempoross that you need to use the harpoon fish to damage to get to 0. Once that's at 0, then Tempoross goes under the water, and then that's when you can damage him. So then that would be the essence bar. The essence bar is his health. Once that hits 0, you win. The storm intensity is how long basically the game has been going on, how strong the storm is. If that reaches 100%, you lose. You get points for everything that you do: fishing, cooking, and loading the fish into the cannons. You need at least 2,000 points to get rewards from this, so it's a good idea to make sure that you're always hitting that, otherwise it's just a waste of time. In Mass Worlds, I find the easiest way is to fish a little bit, get about 8 fish, cook them, and then wait for the multi-fishing spot to pop up. I have the RuneLight plugin just straight Tempoross. It tells you where the fishing spots are and which one is the multi-spot. Always try to use the multi-spot as much as possible. It gives you the chance of getting double fish at a time. Typically in a mass world, I'll catch about 8 fish, I'll cook them, and then once the multi-spot comes up, I fish from the multi-spot until that goes away. You'll see a special come up here. This is the Colossal Wave. It knocks you over and you lose a bunch of your fish if you get hit by it, so one way to counteract it is tethering to this pole. That is what you need the rope for. After the wave is over, I go back and cook the rest of the fish that I have, just waiting for the double fishing spot. It's a lot better to get fish that way, just waiting for the double spot. So in the meantime, I'll get these cooked up. Cooking gets you a lot more bonus points, so it's a good idea to at least cook your first full inventory in a mass world. Hop onto this double fishing spot again to fill up the rest of my inventory. Another special attack are these storm clouds. After a little bit, they put fireballs on the ground. This is what the water buckets are for. It's a good idea to be a good team friend and put out those fires. If you step in them, you lose not only fish, but you can also lose your buckets and your ropes. So be careful not to step in those fires, and be a good friend and put them out. You also get a lot of really good points for putting the fires out as well, so more points equals more permits equals more chances at rewards. Once all the fish is cooked, we dump them into this cannon here. This is how we take the shield down, so all the cannons are going off. Another special attack would be tornadoes that launch at the cannons and disable them temporarily. You don't have to do much to avoid that. It just can't shoot out of the cannon for the next little while. We'll get hit by another colossal wave. There is a tether here on the boat as well, so we'll tether to that quickly. It did get damaged after the wave. This is what our hammer is for. We'll be a good friend and repair that. You cannot tether to it if it's damaged, so if nobody brings a hammer and everybody is standing there while a wave's coming by, you will all get hit by it because nobody brought a hammer. Dump the whole inventory. Now we're just going to go back and get some more fish. The second inventory I usually don't cook. It doesn't really give you a lot of extra time to get another full inventory cooked. So cook the first inventory and then just fish and dump the second inventory. As the energy gets to 0 here, that's when Tempoross submerges under the water and he's now damageable. We run to this spirit pool and we harpoon it, and this is how we do damage. In Mass World, sometimes you can one down it, so you can kill it right off the bat. And at this point, like, I was just barely matching the 2,000 points level to get permits, and that's because I cooked. So if you're not cooking the first round and the Mass World ends up killing it in the first down, you don't get any points. So once the shield charges back up, Tempoross comes out of the water and now can only be damaged by the fish again, and you go and do the exact same thing again. Tempoross is going down here again. We're going to damage the spirit pool, and then this is going to be enough to get his essence bar to 0. And now the game is over. And you can see I got, in my chat box, I got 4 reward permits for that game, so that's 4 chances at fishing in the reward pool to get rewards after. Alrighty, now that you're an expert at Tempoross and you've gotten your full spear angler outfit and you got your crystal harpoon, we are ready to do the solo no cooking method that allows for a maximum amount of XP. This gets you around 100k XP an hour at a higher level and with the crystal harpoon. You're definitely going to want to bring runes for humidify for this. You're also going to want to bring 1 bucket of water. So you want 26 open inventory spots to start. We're going to start by right-clicking solo start on the boat, and that will put us immediately into a solo game. Now, I have a couple of tile markers on the ground just for me to remember the order of how we do things, but the first step, we're going to use our special and we're going to immediately go to a fishing spot, and we want to get a full 26 inventory of fish. The crystal harpoon, what it does is it allows you to get a chance of a crystallized harpoon fish, and all that does is give you more XP when you're putting them into the cannons. I think it's about 20 XP more per fish. We're going to fish all the way until the double fishing spot pops up. Now we should get a full inventory or almost a full inventory after this fishing spot is over. We will also get a colossal wave just its finishing as well, so make sure you tether to the pole here so you don't lose all the fish that you just caught. We didn't quite get a full inventory here, so once the colossal wave is over, we'll just get the last remaining fish here, and then we'll go dump it onto the boat. While we are loading into the cannon, Tempoross will throw out the storm clouds. That we can just ignore for now. We'll get all of our fish dumped in there, but that's what our 1 water bucket is for. We'll use our water bucket to put out that 1 fire, and then step 2 is to grab 6 buckets. This is when we use the humidify to fill them up just to save them time, and we'll put out the rest of the fires on the island that we are actively using. Then we'll drop all the buckets, and now step 3, 27 fish, dump hit is what my tile marker says. We're gonna fully get a 27 inventory full of fish. Now the reason why we did 26 fish and we didn't quite finish off Tempoross' energy is sitting at 3% now. At this stage, Tempoross cannot hit us with any special attacks. So we are free to sit here and fish and collect whatever we need without getting hit by any waves or any storm clouds. We are utilizing this mechanic to basically make Tempoross leave us alone so we can get the XP that we need. This is the time where we do have to be careful of the storm intensity. Obviously, if it hits 100%, we do lose, so we want to try and collect fish as fast as we can. As long as we're running up to the boat with 90%, then you'll be fine, because the second that Tempoross goes under the water, that storm intensity resets. Now, as you notice here, once Tempoross goes under the water, we're still loading fish into the cannon, but it's not shooting them. We are still getting XP for putting them into the cannon though. So we're utilizing this mechanic of getting the XP and putting them into the cannon. Although he is down, it actually saves onto the fish. So when he pops back up again, it will shoot them after. Once we get all the fish dumped, we're going to run over here as fast as we can, and then we are going to hit Tempoross until he comes back up. This will get us anywhere between 70 to 80% essence. All right, so the next step, we're going to fill up our inventory with 27 fish. You saw the cannon started to shoot the fish that we put in previously. It's going to get it all the way down to 6% for us. So now we are free to fill up our inventory without Tempoross throwing out any special attacks. All right, we have a full inventory again. So now the next step is going to be the 27 fish dump 3. So we're only going to put 3 into the cannon, and that's going to immediately phase him, and then we're going to go and damage him now. And that's when you see my tile marker. Step 5, hit until 10% dump rest. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to damage him until he's about 10% essence, 11%, 8%, whatever, somewhere in and around there. All right, so we got him to the 10% mark that we needed. Now we're going to run back up onto the boat and we're going to dump the rest of the fish yet again. Sometimes when we're getting towards the end of this, you might get another colossal wave. It just depends on your timing and how long it takes for you to run back up and start putting the fish back. You can ignore this. It only knocks away your fish that you have in your inventory, but since we dumped all of our fish into the cannons, it doesn't matter. We don't have to tether. You can let it knock you back, whatever. And then we're just going to go right back. Our last step is 27 fish, dump all, and finish. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to fill up our inventory again. Tempoross is sitting at 10% energy, so he's not going to hit us with any special attacks. And we're just going to dump the rest of this inventory. We're going to finish him off, and we're going to be done with this round. We dumped all of our fish, go down, we're going to hit him, and now the game is over. So we got 5 permits for that. It took about 8.5 minutes. I usually average about 8.5 to 9 minutes long. You get about 15k XP per game. But that's how you do the solo, no cooking, max XP method for Tempoross. Now sometimes when you're on the final step and you didn't get the colossal wave that wipes out all the fires, and you want to get just a little bit more permits because you're pet hunting or you're wanting an item, you can actually switch up and do the last round as the Firefighter method. Now there is a full Firefighter method where you can get like 13, 14, 15 permits per game. You get almost no XP, so this is just strictly hunting for permits. I like to mix it up a bit. I'm trying to get 90 fishing, so I'm trying to do a lot of the XP, but the odd time I'll throw in some fighting fires just to boost my permits. On this last phase, instead of going to get the 27 fish and finishing him off, I'm actually going to grab a few buckets instead. This is where humidify really comes in handy. I'll fill up, I get about 12 buckets, use my humidify while I'm running around to the other side of the island, and we're just going to put out all the fires. If you're doing this, just remember to watch the storm intensity because you don't want to do all this work and then lose the game. Once I get most of the fires out and the double fishing spot is up, I'll quickly get 4 fish in my inventory. I'll finish putting the fires up all the way to the boat and then dump those 4 fish just to phase him. If it's getting close of the storm intensity, if you're about 90% and all the fires aren't out, you can still dump the fish in, phase him, finish putting out the fires, and then run and finish him off. Now that boosted my permits to 7 that game, and the amount of XP that I lost filling up another inventory, I got a few more permits. Sometimes with just the straight solo XP method, you get 4 to 5 permits per round. I found throwing in the Firefighter method at the end can get me 7 to 8 per round. So it's a good little mix-up if you want to also get some permits once in a while. Well, now you are an expert at Tempoross. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you get better loot than I do. And we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.